My name is Skinner Myers, and I teach film at Loyola Marymount University, and I love film.
The white girl begged her daddy not to shoot his body full of holes. She was guilty of a lie, and he was guilty of being a nigger. I never doubted his innocence since we grew up together. I'll never forget that day.
So with Frank Embry, I knew that I wanted to shoot film because it was a period piece. I was nervous, very, very nervous.
Sweat poured down my back from the heat while the mosquitoes feasted on my skin.
I couldn't see playback. I didn't know if we were going to expose properly. I was afraid of loading the film and afraid of the sun overexposing the film. I had to step in front of the camera, and when we yelled action and the camera's rolling, I wasn't sure if it was going to work.
His name was Frank Embry.
And in that, there's a sense of relief and freedom when you have 2 to 3 takes only for a shot. Yes, you practice and rehearse, but after a while, you have to move on or you won't make your day, or you will run out of film and then you won't have a movie. And you don't have that with digital. It's like you can shoot all the time, over and over and over. And so you become a lot more efficient when you just have to let it go. Before Frank Embry, making movies on digital cameras was like having a girlfriend for like a couple of months. Yeah, you're flirting, you really like each other, but you're not sure. And after shooting Frank Embry on film, I was like, I gotta marry this girl. And since then, I realized like film is the only way that I can make movies as a storyteller. And it's gonna be a long, happy marriage till death do us part.
He told them that if they'd stop torturing him, wouldn't burn him, but instead either shoot him or hang him, he would confess. There wasn't any evidence. There wasn't a trial. There wasn't justice. I will never forget his name. His name was Frank Embry.
I feel like you have reality and you have make-believe. And film is that filter in the middle that you see the make-believe through, which makes it magical.
This is the LA County Child Support Service. You have been found criminally non-compliant.
I want to feel like it's another world that I'm peering into. And so with digital cameras, you lose the magic. I don't need to see pores of someone's face. I don't need to feel like I'm physically in the movie. It makes it magical. And I feel like when people watch films on film, that's what they're drawn towards without even realizing it.
Hi, Nico.
Hi. I miss you.
I miss you too.
Can we start over?
Yes. I would like that.
We'll be a family again.
Okay.
Part of the hustle and the fun of it is like scouring the internet for film stock, short ends, asking friends, do you know anyone that's selling cheap film? Going to other countries and finding people who maybe have film stock that they stopped making, right? They want to ship to America. Finding cheap processing. And it's that hustle which makes the final product of your movie that much more sweeter. Because the process of hustling, putting everything together to make this movie is much more enjoyable than if you had money and just paid top dollar for film or cameras. It's like you didn't have to fight for anything. The fighting for your movie that you care about and the hustle of getting it together is what is gonna make it much more sweeter. It's that fire and trial and tribulation that really makes it worth it. That totally makes making movies worth it. Because that's part of the process and that's part of the story behind the story. The problem with film schools nowadays, most of them don't have film. And they present film to the students in a way where it's challenging, it's hard, it's messy. Just shoot digital. You know, it's easier. You have a monitor, you can do playback. And they're missing out on really helping the students find their true voice. Because shooting on film, you have to really discover who you are as a storyteller. You can't just make the movie up in the edit. You know, shoot a 50-to-1 ratio and just see what happens. You have to be on purpose, which means you have to have a visual style before you even roll in the film. Because if not, you're just gonna waste film and you're gonna waste money. But you have to be, you know, more on purpose and more efficient. It's part of the process. Yeah, digital, you can cut all that out, make it nice and clean, but there's something organic about having a little bit of mistakes. Like, it's not perfect, right? But if the story is good enough, people are gonna be lost in the story and they're gonna not even see the small little mistakes. So it's nice, there's freedom in like letting go. And so after 2 or 3 takes, film forces you to let go.
Everything we do in life is a result of fear. And fear is a result of a lack of control.
I've ditched my digital stills camera. I only shoot medium format film and 35mm film. There's no problem getting film. Film is everywhere. The beauty about shooting on film is that it would last longer than I'll be alive on this earth. 50 years from now, I'll still have my film sitting on the shelf. If I want to rescan it 50 years from now at 30K, 20K, or whatever, I can do that because the film is like, it's like a spiritual being. Like, it doesn't get old, it doesn't change, it doesn't move. Like, it is what it is, and it'll be that forever. Technology around it will change, but if you shoot something on a digital Alexa at 3.2K and you finish at 2K, guess what? You're always going to be at 2K. 50 years from now, 2K. You can't up-res that thing to 20K. With film, you can always scan it at whatever the current technology is, but it's always going to be film. And it's not to harp on digital that it's awful, because there's times when you can use it, but to make movies, it's filmmaking. It's not digital camera making, it's filmmaking.